Hey, anyone else happy it's Friday? So this is interesting, right? I'm going live while it's school holiday. So any moment now, through the bedroom, could burst children. But I know that most of you who do actually follow me anyway have children, so that's my painting behind me, just making sure you can see it, are totally going to understand, right? And this is kind of how I roll, isn't it? Is it's imperfect action. I'm the queen of just fucking doing it, and the queen of taking imperfect action. And I never used to be like that. I would always worry about what people would thought of me. So I would take the actions that would please other people. And what I've learned through my business path over the last 18 months is that if I don't detach from that and fully believe that I'm enough, then you end up taking no action and sit in procrastination like 5 times a week. This live stream isn't about this. This live stream is about how the power of taking action and why I really would love to be able to, get you to take action in your business every day. This is where my shapeshifter literally takes you through that 6 weeks of getting you to take action in your business. And then in my collective, when my tribe sit, they're in there every day taking action, being accountable. So some of you might be like, whoa, Nat, like how can you be that high energy all of the time? And some people don't like it, and I'm totally cool with that, because I'm here for the woman, and the women in business and the women who want to start their own business, who they've done with the learning, they're done with the dreaming, and they're ready to take the action. And so of course I represent that really strong masculine energy of go, go, go. But what I've learned, because my face paralyzed, and I actually am still having a bit of an issue with my face still not unfreezing, is that, and that's why I kind of teach now, and hence my painting the back, is making sure you have the feminine element come into the action taking masculine element. And so the female intuitive element is just that. If it's not a hell fucking yes, then you can guarantee it's a hell no. So if something isn't just straight away yes, and some of you might be like, Nat, that could be just being impulsive. I think when you become old enough and you start to really think about things, and you maybe have, and it's always you go on live stream and someone pulls into your driveway who never comes here. Isn't that interesting? Going live and someone's pulled into my driveway. Anyway, so this is why it's so important that action taking, when I say it, isn't all hustle, sell. Action is getting up, moving. That's an action. Getting up, moving, looking after yourself first, nutritionally helping yourself, moving your body. Because with that action in your body, it gives you the clarity and the focus, right? But also the action is about actioning your thoughts. So taking your thoughts, your anything that's happening in your mind for that day, and journaling it out. It's so important that you become aware of where your thoughts are. So the reason why I called this the power of taking action and how it fast tracks your results is if you deal with your shit every day. Because remember, I'm the teacher of reminding you that no one has their shit together. It doesn't matter where you are on the ladder of success. Somewhere, someone's out of balance somewhere, and they're just tweaking it and fixing it. Not that you're broken, right? If you deal with your concerns on a daily basis and you journal them out, then you won't spend as much time in that space as you normally would. Hello?
Can we watch some TV?
Sure. They'll be like, Mum, can I have a pony? I'll be like, sure, I'm live streaming. Do what you need. I lost my train of thought. Okay, so journaling is really powerful action. So even if you're having a low day and you don't feel like showing up, because the momentum of showing up every day in your business, some shape or form, doesn't mean it's like hard sell. It means getting up out of your bed, moving, and journaling out your reality. So what do you want in your life? You can dump out what's not working, but then you can bring in what it is that you do want. So you've got that clarity and the contrast. Gosh, she's just knocked my train of thought out of the way. Yeah, if you're online, to remind me where I was at, but I'm going to try and get back to there. So journaling. So successful women who have gone before us show us that you must write every day. And if you write how you feel, you can deal with the insecurities, you can deal with the fear, because you can write back in your truth and you can align yourself quicker, right? So you get your head in the game, you become an athlete. You don't go go out into the field on the netball court, because I play netball, so we're going to use it. You don't go jump out onto that netball field and you're not warmed up, right? You're going to get freaking injured, or you're just not going to be into it, and your team members are going to feel that. So that's what I'm about. I'm like, take that action that's going to align you. So write back in your truth, like, why are you here? What do you stand for? What do you unapologetically care about? And if you write about that each day, that kind of action is going to fuel you up. It's going to pump you up to get out there with your message and not care about what other people think, because you feel the power to get your message out there to the women, to the men, whoever need to hear a message for that day. That is the power of taking action. So then, of course, once you've moved and once you've journaled, you're then able to share your message. That's a beautiful action to take. And then it's interacting with others. That's another action that you can take. So, some people hear me say action and they're like, oh, Nat, that's fast paced. And it's like, no, that's just your paradigm in which you hear me say action, which is cool, right? And I'm all about taking intuitive action. So again, if it feels right, do it. If it doesn't feel right, don't do it. It's really important that we step into our power to say, hey, look, that isn't a fit for me, that's not working for me, and kind of shift on out of there. And I did an analogy yesterday on one of my posts about how if we kind of liken business and the taking action of business, like you want to go be a marathon runner. So if you decide you want to go be a marathon runner, but you're not a marathon runner and you actually haven't run much in your life, but you want to do it and it becomes a goal, you certainly know that in your head, in your logical head, that you need to get up every day and have a plan and run. And you know that you're going to be running against each day while you're practicing with people who have been running for freaking years. They look the part because they are the part, they've been conditioned, they know what to do, and they get up and they go for it, right? You don't logically say to yourself, man, I've been doing this for 6 weeks and I'm not as fast as them, I can't keep up with them, and they seem to be doing better than me. You logically don't do that, right? Because you know that to be a long distance runner, you have to have a certain conditioning. Yet, a lot of my clients, when I first meet them, they're like, Nat, I've been doing this, maybe 6 months, a year, and I'm not this, or this. And it's like, girlfriend, this is a freaking long game. This entrepreneur, solopreneur, mumpreneur, whatever preneur you want to call it, or self-employed, it is a long game. And one of my first coaches was the amazing Catherine Newton, and this still sits with me from the day that I took her on. And she said to me, you know what, Nat, you're not going to make money in your business for at least 2 years. And I remember thinking at the time, oh my God, I don't have 2 years. I've got to make some money now. But I also appreciated it so much because it helped actually take the pressure off to kind of pull down the markers a bit. Now you might be thinking like, Nat, you're a high achiever. Why would you want to pull the markers down? Because I don't even want to use the word realistic, but the women who have gone before us, and what she was pointing out to me, is that it logically takes at least 2 years for you to have the mental conditioning, to have the clarity, to have taken the action, to have gone on the journey, to be in full belief of what you sell. Because at the end of the day, it's got nothing to do with what you sell and what you do. It's whether you actually believe in it. And so it takes you that long often to be able to stand unapologetically on your soapbox or be handed $40 million from Lotto. If someone handed me that money, I would still be doing what I'm doing, but I'd just be doing it on a bigger scale, right? I'm so aligned with what I do now. So my whole point of that is, of course, I'm like, well, I'm not going to take 2 years. I'm going to smash it out in a year. And I have, I was bringing money in and being able to contribute to the household within a year. Was it hard? Hell yeah. I had to show up every day. I had to work on my mindset every damn day. And I haven't done this alone, I've had a circle of women around me who are already in business, who have pulled my socks up. I'm out networking, I'm meeting new people, I'm showing up online every day. I mean, those of you who have known me from the beginning, I had Catapult Your Career, which was completely different. It has been so freaking imperfect, but I tell you what, the imperfect action of just having to turn up and show up and share my message, whatever it was for that day, has helped me to become the leader that I am now. That I can be the relative expert to say to you, you've got to show up every day. You've got to show up whether you like it or not, because it's your job now. You have a tribe in front of you. You have people who need to hear your message. You know, if you take too much time out of your business, you stop the feeding coming down of the funnel. It's a long game. It's a short game. It's a real intuitively guided game, and that's why I love to coach how I coach. Is I'm always going to suggest ways in which you can mold yourself into. If you do have any questions, I'd love to know who's here. I'm just going to jump into the live stream on my page and just see if there's any questions. Sometimes I don't show up actually on the live stream when you're talking. Otherwise, I'd love to know who's on and what we can, if you've got any questions, you know, because I can ramble. So actually this week, some of you may or may not have noticed that my theme this week has actually been around action. So I'm a massive creative helicopter brain, right? So I need plans. I need plans in my business. But I don't like very, very rigid plans. So I have created a planning structure which works for me. So I do a social media calendar. It's actually a one-liner that I write on my daily action sheet every day. It's my theme for the week. So the theme for this week has been the truth behind taking action. So anything I've put out this week has come from that theme. That's as planned as I get for my social media, but it's very much better than just kind of winging it. So whatever action you need to take in your business, just do it consistently and do it in a way that you're gonna keep on turning up to do it. Because otherwise you can become a little bit cookie cutter like. So if you're on the line, please give me a thumbs up, a heart. Oh, the dogs in the office. But that is what I wanted to talk to you about, is the truth behind, the power behind taking action, and how it literally catapults and moves your business faster. Because if you show up every day and you're committed to taking the action, remember the action can be as simple as getting up, moving and journaling through whatever your blocks are, getting your message out there, connecting into some groups. The list goes on with so much action that you can take, but don't not show up, because that's when you can fall back into that huge self-doubt. So, of course, I want to talk to you about something. Is I have a few spots coming up I have a Popstar group. This is where we have group coaching. There's no more than 4 of you on the call with me. You show up, because I feel there's this huge gap in the market for being held accountable to your goals, to your vision, to your dreams. So every 2 weeks, you pretty much show up online with me, with 3 other women, and we go over what it is that you've done for the last fortnight and what you're planning to do. And we go through as many blocks as we can, and also any strategy that you need. I'll chuck that link up. Otherwise, if you've never worked with me before, the best place to start, or if you already know what to do but you're just not freaking doing it, then the collective is for you, girlfriend, because the collective is where you can have daily accountability to your weekly goals. And also you can work with me one-on-one. But I'm really keen to get some new pop stars in the group, to get you in your own alignment, to get you to take your own action, whatever that looks like. I'm not a huge fan of going, here is what you have to be like, here is how you have to do business, because you have to intuitively drive this, because I can't come into your bedroom and get you up each day, right? You got to get yourself up. And so the only ways to do that is to get into some rituals and habits. Have an awesome weekend. See you guys. If you're local, please, if you see me around, please do a shout out. Sometimes I get home from the supermarket and people are like, I saw you, Nat, and I didn't want to come up and say hi. I'm like, oh my gosh, please come up and say hi. If you do have any other questions and you're watching the rerun around, the power of taking action every day and how it fast tracks your results, is frickin' take action every day in your business. However